And good evening, everybody. We are now live, I think. Hello, Cairo. Yep, I think we're all working good. That's excellent. How are we all doing? Yeah, I'm doing okay, Chad. How are you? Good, good. Now then, we're going to get going straight away with this. So last time we were here, we got to work on finishing up the Struthiomimus exhibit area and then starting on the Lokiceratops area. Well, I've done a bit of work off stream for the Lokiceratops area, including getting this rather lovely, if I put it into midday so we can see it a bit better. I finished the little lookout area overlooking the Lokiceratops enclosure. Comes with seating inside as well. Bit of a fire escape area, work area. It's obviously not connected to anything, but that's going to overlook out into the enclosure. And then down here, there was another piece of flat rock, so I thought, well, we'll put a nice little sign up as well, just to, make the area a bit nicer. Now then, today's tasks are get the Lokiceratops back in here and finish off this enclosure. And then think about what we're going to do over here, which is where the Velociraptors currently are. It was a pretty haphazard area. It's not a very nice one. So yeah, I'll need to change this. But we're going to start with the Lokiceratops, and what we're going to do is we're going to get them all back in here to begin with and see if they're okay with this habitat. And down here, I just want to build a couple of rock formations with some cacti and stuff, and that'll be this area finished off. So, capture team. No, not direct control. Capture team task. And that's probably one of the Struthiomimus that has just died. Died of old age. Yeah, I'm in that point in time where a lot of the death spiral has gone on. Like all of the Edmontosaurus are dead. None of them are left alive. Which will make sorting out this area of the park a little easier. And some of my Nodosaurus and some of my Velociraptors have died off. They are going extinct. Well, you know, dinosaur lifespan is a thing in campaigns, so eventually dinosaurs will have to be replaced. If there's not enough adults to breed, of course.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be advised that our weather forecasts predict an incoming sandstorm.
Why is it every stream starts with an incoming sandstorm, which inevitably ruins so much of my park?
Attention personnel. We have an asset on the loose and in need of immediate capture.
Capture teams have automatically been dispatched, apparently. I upset Loki himself. I don't think so. I think Loki would be happy with the enclosure I've made. The Velociraptor back in their exhibit. Some people screaming about it. That should be all the Lokis. You want more ground fiber. So they want a little bit more ground fiber. Why are these people still screaming? Oh, because the Velociraptor hasn't been moved yet. Or are they screaming because there's a goat? There's a goat! Hello, Joshua. Oh, 2 more animals have died. There's another Struthie of old age. And... oh, my Suko has died of old age now. Oh, that's a shame. I mean, this whole Suko Mimus habitat needs to be redeveloped anyway, but that's a shame. Hey, come on, transport choppers, get on with it. I honestly can't believe they limit you to only like 5 transport helicopters. It's just again, I see no relevance for that particular like arbitrary limit. Like, why not just allow us to have as many as we want? Or, I don't know, have some sort of helicopter maintenance mechanic in the game where we have to, like, have buildings specifically for maintaining our choppers or something? But alas. Go away. Anyway, let's get on with putting in... let's get on with putting in some of the little cacti and stuff I wanted. Now what's wrong?
We have an asset on the loose and
It's because none of the buildings over here have maintenance. That's what was wrong.
personnel. A situation has been registered by our security system. Capture teams, report in. Attention personnel. We have
We'll see if the Rangers could, you know, knock stuff out as well. So we wouldn't have to always rely on the bloody helicopter. That would have been nice. What's my favorite dinosaur design from the Dinosaurs trailer? Probably the Spino. Why is that one a problem? Man, I hate dealing with death spirals. What's your problem? There's nothing wrong with this particular enclosure, unless there's some humans that have walked in here. Because they're idiots.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a Nodosaurus to the park.
Ah, anyway. Oh, wait, we need to make sure, there's a... Is there not a ranger post in here? No, I forgot that. Clearly. So much for what DIN stands for, allowing combat-centric contracts into their pool of contracts. Yeah, I don't understand that either, Kairu. Like, the DIN as an organization seems to be incredibly confused as to what it is actually supposed to represent. Like, they claim they're all about, like, conservation and stuff, and yet they allow you to make hybrids, and they want you to do combat-related missions, and it's like, this is not what a conservation organization would be doing. Would be nice to be able to see what I'm doing. reasonably happy with that. And then we have some actual light coming through. I was sure on Evolution 2 or 1, correct me if I'm wrong, if you maxed out, 5-starred a park, you were able to decide on the weather conditions for it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm sure that was the case. Conservation for what? These are dinosaurs. I will be really disappointed if the next species is Oranosaurus. I mean, I will be really disappointed if that is how they're deciding on the order to do these 3 animals. Oh, we're deciding it based on some arbitrary notion of which is the next DLC. That's not how I think the 3 species should be introduced back to the game. In my eyes, and you know what I'm gonna say, it should be based on, whether the animals are actually necessary. And Amargasaurus, Camarasaurus, Nigersaurus are a lot more necessary in my eyes than flippin' Oranosaurus. Especially the Oranosaurus that they came up with, because I hate both models of Oranosaurus. They're ugly, in my opinion. I'd rather they wait and get them redesigned. Oh, hello, Mr. Well, at least I know that you're capable of walking through there. There we go. Just some nice little desert rocky patches just to finish off this area of the enclosure. Should we maybe give them I don't think they would fit in that, to be honest. How big is one laying down? It's marginal. It's marginal, but oh, maybe a sand bath probably makes more sense, actually. There we go. It's a little sand bath for them. 3 environmental issues. Not enough cover. Not enough wetland. Okay. Well, there's your cover. But you want a lot more wetland. That's what I mean about it being really difficult to balance out habitats sometimes. Because in my eyes, they've got plenty. But the lack of ground fiber is their big one. Even though they've got a literal shit ton of the stuff. So we end up with just a really ugly looking enclosure. I don't really like it because of the sheer amount of trees in it, but it'll do, I guess. JPOG did have a better Urano. I'm definitely true there. Oh, that I definitely agree there. Sorry. Oh, they're 94% happy, which is better than nothing. They've got their little tires on a swing. I believe these are our males. No, those are our females. No, they should be the males. Oh no, yeah, these are the males, those are the females. He's got some scars on him. I think this guy does as well somewhere, or one of the other ones does. There's a few quite scarred up members in this herd. I think this habitat turned out pretty decent. I'm happy with that. I do want to do something down here eventually. Build some sort of habitat for. Build some sort of I don't know, viewing area, pavilion or something. What's going on here? So we got another dead Nodosaurus. Oh, one of the velociraptors has died of old age at last. What's the problem here? Low health. But you're not drinking and you're not eating. Why aren't you drinking or eating? There's plenty of food, there's plenty of water. Get on with it. Right, so. This whole area needs like a complete redesign. It's a very badly made area because I rushed it. Trying to force more enclosures in. What I do want to do is have some sort of transport that goes from this end of the park down to this end of the park. Which means probably all of these viewing things can just be destroyed. Because I'm probably not going to make use of them. But then this was like an enclosure as well here. You know, I am pondering, maybe we could just move the velociraptors down to here. It's empty, and I was thinking of putting a carnivore in here, so maybe we could turn this into the velociraptor habitat. Why do I have to repair something before I can demolish it? Such a stupid piece. Such a stupid game mechanic. I'm sure I got a maintenance area over here somewhere. Yes, you can deal with that so I can get rid of it, please. It does annoy me that this perfectly valid area of wetland down here you can't use. It seems like a really Like, if you look at how the rest of the map is, it seems really arbitrary that they've just decided, oh, this bit here you can't use. Even though, like, the border of the map is clearly aligned with these rocks. See, I get the impression this map was always going to be bigger. I feel like these rocks here mark the edge. And I think we were kind of supposed to be able to build a lot more over here. But for some reason, they've reduced the space. But they've done a really bad job because, like, you can use this bit of the wetland area, but you can't use the bit directly next door. It's so weird. It's so weird. Just makes no sense to me. Right. I actually think let's just totally redesign this whole area. We'll get rid of it. This was a really badly built arch by me. I was like, I want an arch here, but I did a really bad job with it. So we'll get rid of this too. Okay. So what I kind of want to do, I want to extend this patch of deep water and have it more into the enclosure. But I'm thinking I might use the waterfalls for where we have the guests. And maybe we could have the raptors over here instead. It's a little bit rough. Because there'll be like a truck tour coming through here to serve as transport anyway, so... The waterfall brush is so damn unreliable. That's a bit better. I'm surprised if Gareth knows anything about the film he made, to be honest. The Rebirth DLC will be almost totally useless for me. Like, literally the only thing from it I probably will use is the Spinosaurus. That'll be about it. Because I don't use the Mosasaurus in my lagoons anyway, because I just don't like the Mosasaurus design. And it has... I don't really think Rebirth's Mosasaurus is that much better than the existing one, to be honest. It's better, for sure, but not by much. Now what's dead? Oh, another Velociraptor. Yeah, I kind of think this is better as like a decorative feature. And we'll do something with the Velociraptors in here. I'm already tired of the music and the way that it handles the music in this game. Right. Well, hello, Neuron. And yes, we were just putting some waterfalls in. But now we are just working on getting a few rocks over here. Because I really don't like this awful border they've put in here. It would be nice if it wasn't pitch black, but still. It's now impossible to do anything. Ah. The moon looks pretty good. Oh, well, I can't see, so I'll have to have a look in a minute. Hello, Cozy Llamas. And hello, Guillermo. Sorry, I didn't notice so many people were popping in. Yeah, when it's this dark, it is literally impossible to do anything. You might as well just wait for it to pass. You know, Ah, they've damaged my brand new, These guys not... Oh, I haven't given them an idea. What just died? Oh, whoa. Okay, hang on. That's the first. Died in a fight. Wow. They actually killed one another. That's the first. Yeah, it's definitely not in there, is it? I sure in the old games, whenever you 5-starred an island, you were allowed to, like, change the weather and stuff like that. Why has this got no power source?
Attention all science personnel.
These repeater stations are honestly kind of useless. I really don't like them. What's wrong with you? Fighting for dominance. They were fighting so hard they almost killed each other. Where is my vet? Right, now we can see what we're actually bloody doing. We'll keep this line of cliffs in, but I think what we'll do for this bit... I think we'll put in some of my fencing, to be honest. Right, we need a suitable fence for velociraptors. This one only has to be along the back wall, so I'm thinking my big chunky one. With the yeah, we'll go with this one. Let's where's the velociraptors? Just check its height. Do we have one on flat ground? Yes, we do. So, yeah, I don't think the velociraptors would be able to get out of that. I think we're good for using that one. And here we'll curve it in. Mm. And I think what we'll do is just to break it up a bit, we'll put in some more rocks here. Nothing that big, because that looks a bit preposterous. Maybe... Yep. And then we'll continue this on this side. So, one there. Curve it slightly. Hello, Nicholas. How are you doing? Sorry, I am trying to keep up with chat, but also trying to not take forever building these fences. Another lawsuit. Look, the dinosaurs aren't dying because I'm mistreating them. They're dying because they're reaching the end of their lifespan. There we go. Oh, I've just realized I put these... These ones are the wrong way around. And yes, there is a correct... Correct? What happened there? There is a correct way around for all of my fences. I will show you why in a second. Okay, so this particular fence, the correct way around is that you have the angles of the piles facing into the enclosure. That way it provides an angled surface against them, leaning against it. And this is an unusual design, I'll give it that, the irregularly shaped things. But I've seen this in other fencing elsewhere. Basically, because of the irregular shape, you don't... You know, it's more difficult for stuff to get through. Like, some of the piles are straight, some of them are angled in. It's just a different way of keeping the animals confined. And I just think it looks cooler than, you know, a boring old fence. Right. Now, if we're going to have the guest area over here, let's just put in like a marker to... So maybe V-wraps in there and guests in here. And then that way we could have some nice overview into over here. Put a few viewing towers and stuff in. I don't like it straight though. How about if we curve it slightly? So that'll be our Velociraptor enclosure. The gate access will be down here. And then we'll put some guest stuff over here, and then the guests have a nice view of the hotel, of the waterfalls. Maybe we can, when I finally decide on a design of hotel that I want for this Din Park, I don't know what sort of like hotel design suits Din. I haven't found a hotel that I think says Din, basically. So I'm gonna have to probably design something. Anyway, let's put our gate in. Now I want this gate area just to recognize how dangerous I want to disable the there we go, and then I should be able to maneuver this gate a little easier. Yeah, I want this gate area to sort of be quite defensive, as it were, just because, you know, velociraptors are dangerous animals. So,
Attention personnel. We have detected power outages across the site.
we're gonna do the old
Please respond.
double gate, and we are going to put a proper concrete fencing in between. Go away. Viewing area. I wish there were better attractions for viewing, or better ways of viewing animals. I really do. I feel like we still don't have that many. Oh yeah, I really liked this particular design. I thought it was really quite snazzy. Cabin themed. You know what? Let's take a brief moment. We've got plenty of time. Let's see if there's a nice viewing gallery that we want to use for our that's pretty nice. For our velociraptors. Incidentally, the wooden fences are all available on the workshop now, as is the big hotel, as is the repeater station, and there'll be more stuff coming onto the workshop in the following few days. Anyway, so let's sort by building, and we want viewing gallery land. Let's see what we get here. That is not a viewing gallery. Interesting. That's interesting. Although I wish he took a photo from a better position. But we'll have a look at that one. See, I don't want to. I want to try and stick with the sort of din style as much as I can, or at least something that you can kind of that isn't like obviously not din. I really look. I know that the whole like let's make small enclosure thing is all very well and good. I just wish there was like their own tag for it instead of it always being attached to the viewing gallery. No. You know, that would kind of work if you just wanted to create a rock wall, but I do actually want a proper... Way too dangerous velociraptors. Kind of ugly. Kind of boring. Kind of noticing a theme when it comes to what people do with the viewing gallery. Just not suitable for velociraptors. You know what? I think we might just have to resort to using that wooden one that I looked at and thought was nice. Because, it's a fairly interesting... Okay then. Ah, the classic viewing event. not safe. Ah. Interesting. But a bit too substantial. Yes, Dancing Dealer. We're looking for a possible viewing gallery for the Velociraptor habitat that we're building, but I can't really find one I like. They're all just too much, or not enough. There's not like a in the middle one. Pretty cool. Let's have a look at that one. That one can be interesting. I have to change the it's quite nice for like almost Japanese style. I'll just have that one just to have a look. I'm actually surprised that the din style is not we might be able to do something with that. Okay. Alright, let's have a look at these. So that's like I wouldn't be against using this one. I'd want to change some of the material to make it a more din. But that I could probably, would probably be alright with. That one I actually really like. Again, I'd want to change some of the materials out to make it more din, but that one I also really like. Let's have a look at it. Good God. So where is that? That's the front. No, the viewing gallery is... like, we'd have to delete the viewing, the little bit on the outside. I think it's just a bit too big. Like, that's like a focal point on its own. So I think we've got this one. So I'll leave it to you guys. This is number 1. This is number 2. Or we've got the little wooden one, number 3. Which do people think for our velociraptors? 1, 3 or 2? And while you're deciding, I'm gonna double check my messages. I choose number 4, deal with the injury first. Number 3, number 2. Number 2. I mean, it does, I think, say raptor, kind of. And we can do quite a bit with, you know, modifying the habitat of. So we'll go with 2 then.
Ladies and gentlemen,
We'll have it.
we are pleased to welcome a Nodosaurus to the park.
Oh, we got another baby Nodosaurus. Oh yeah, what's up here? Major fracture. Oh, that needs a... Shall we go and have a look at the baby Nodosaurus? Where? Missing father? Oh no, what? No, no, there they are. There's the one that's just hatched. Look at him. Phasing through that piece of wood like it wasn't there and he was a ghost. We need to send our staff on a rest at some point. Right, so... can we actually get some lighting in here, game? For God's sake. I think I want to change the roof elements. Well, they don't need to be... What are they using? They're using corrugated, so they don't need to be changed. They just need to be made the right color, which is this color. The concrete Jurassic Park stuff we can keep. We just need to change that to white. The gird ring we can keep. Change the color of this to... Change the color of the railings to blue. And maybe just add some wood somewhere. Some wood trim just to... Okay, so we'll go into here. By the way, this is what those new command center and research buildings look like in game. I think they look really, really cool. I still really love this. I think this is brilliant. I'm thinking what I might do is like build a version of this where it's just like this as itself as like a pretend greenhouse restaurant sort of affair, because I think this turned out really cool. Anyway, so we want to go into here. We want to edit this, and we want to get that into there, and then we want to go to here and edit. What? Hang on, what has he done? Oh, for God's sake. Selection cannot be merged. So instead of doing it like you should, I fucking hate when people do this. Why? Why can it not be grouped? I don't understand. It is by far one of the most annoying elements of stuff people have put on the workshop. That they haven't built it in one group. It's just fucking annoying. This is not the correct routing material. He's used the copper, not the corrugated, I've just noticed. No, I'm not going to be able to group it into that because it'll be at a different height to this. I'm going to have to stick with not grouping it. Annoying, but it is what it is. We want corrugated 2, and we want... Why is this not... Trying to figure out which it was. It was this one. Have people also heard about the fact that at the moment the workshop is broken? Like, it isn't showing people the right creations for the time. Like, it's showing stuff from like when the game was first released. No, no, no. Why is this one attached to that group? Oh well, so some of this is not even attached correctly. Okay. Sorry about this. I thought this was going to be a little easier to do than this. But alas, we have to deal with the... Right. So why has whoever built this decided that the concrete pillars should stick out of the roof? Okay. I want to change the color of the glass to match the color of the wood that I've used over here. which is this. I wish we could favorite stuff, but alas, we are not being allowed to. There we go. We need to get rid of all this trim. Because if this had all been grouped together, you could just click on the building and it would bring up all the colors and you can just edit it there and then. Would have been so much simpler. Straight bits, not that one. Do we have a version of that that's longer? Yes, we do. Bugger. There we are. We've got another hour to go. And I don't think it'll take me too long to mess around with this and get this fixed. Right. Next. These. I'm just going to move this out of the way. Just to make it easier to... What are these down here for? Okay. So these we will paint the sort of off-white color that the other din stuff is in. Same with these.
Oh, yes.
What has he done here? Why has he used... Why has he used 3 of those together? That's such a waste of pieces. I hate it when people waste piece count. Because it's literally shooting yourself in the foot. You are literally slowing your game down for no reason. Really? It won't let me... Why wouldn't it let me put that in the spot where it was? I don't understand how this guy has made this in this way. Because I can't replace these pieces of concrete. Alright. Can't replace the concrete. So we'll just paint it the same color. Sorry, I'm getting rid of this. There's no need for those to be there. Because we've already got, like, look, he's done triple. I get what he was trying to do. He wanted there to be something here. Because he thought, well, they thought that it was too empty, but honestly, I don't think there's anything wrong with leaving that empty. Or if you want to put something in there, don't triple up on these. Oh, for God's sake, will you... No more. Let's make those din blue. That takes some of the white off. This guy's just been like, I want to use double of everything. Ugh, wasting piece count. See, sometimes more is not more. Sometimes more is ugly or inefficient. Can we put this on a flat surface, please? Why are there no flat surfaces? No. No, no, no. I'm not doing this. Sorry. I liked that design. I liked it, but it's this is why when I do my workshop like when I do my workshop videos, I maintain that it has to be actually easy to use. And if it isn't easy to use, then it doesn't go up in my workshop items top 10. Grouping everything together properly so that you can actually edit the building properly if you want to is part of that. See? Like this one. This is all grouped together for easy editing. So if I want to change the color of this wood, which I do, for probably more of a din. Is very wood. There's a lot of wood here. Might look a bit much if I change it all to the din colors. Maybe we could change this stuff to the blue instead. Yep. Then can we change this wood to that? Yep. See how much easier this is? Are these... What are these? Oh, these are actually windows. It's fine. And this concrete trim here will adjust. Make that the off in white. Same with this stuff. There we go. These will make white. Blue. Blue. keep this stuff. That's fine. Sorry, I know this is not particularly interesting, but I do want to make sure that this is all properly sorted. I love how he's done this roof. I really like this design element that they've come up with these wooden strakes. Whoops. They are just a little bit annoying, though, to all get hold of. You know what I would really wish that they would add? Is a select all feature. Where you could just select all of the same object on one of your builds. It would just make it so much easier when having to do stuff like this. Now, the roofing elements I do want to change. For these. That's too steep. That's too small. That. That. Looks like it's correct. It's not thick enough. How did he do this? Oh, they're non-grid straight. Wow, these are non-gridded. Wow, that must have been a... That must have been a pain to get them correct. Do we have something? Corrugated 2, that's the one I used the roofs, isn't it? Yes. Corrugated 2, non-gridded. This is going to be a pain. That looks reasonably straight to me.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a velociraptor to the park.
Another one, eh? Okay, there we go. Well, like I said, King Giga, I want to get this looking right. Sorry if you're not here for the modular building. I'm gonna tentatively say that looks okay. Where does this stick out? Seems weird that there's not a girder going up from here up to there. Oh, you have to go and get the roof color again. After you're done defeating the Lost King. What is the Lost King? Yeah, I feel like there needs to be another girder there. One. These we can just shift over. That looks better. Kind of wasteful on the pieces again. That's fine. None of those are repaintable. These. Need to be a wood color. Yeah. Actually, I think that will keep black. We'll just change the wood to orange. Like the inside. Yeah. I'm going to get rid of the grass. Just because I don't want to use a grass ceiling. Where is panel number 2? Just as I try and figure out where the want to put stuff, the bloody lighting disappears. Of course it does. All right. Fencing. And given these are raptors, is that the correct way around? I don't think they have a correct way around these ones. Hello, Luna. How are you doing? Suddenly hot air balloon. Probably want to put a protective fence to stop people accidentally touching the lasers. But there's our laser fence. Might change the color. I put the neon green in there because I wanted something to differentiate this DIN laser fence from the red laser fence that I have on my other fence types. But I'm thinking I might switch it to royal blue instead. Anyway. There's a little bit of wood there that I missed. And I definitely think we want a security tower here because, you know, raptors. Can't do anything with this lumber rock here, that's a shame. You think about what I want to actually do for the design of this. Lower terrain. Race range. Lower terrain. Yeah, I mean, I think it'll be I don't think Frontier will ever actually let people download. I don't think they'll ever support modding. I mean, it should be noted that like even consoles like PlayStation and Xbox supporting modding on their systems now, that's taken many years to come about. Like that's probably like the biggest change that's happened to consoles in a long time. And based on what Frontier has been saying about modding, you know, oh well, we enjoy seeing what people have done with our stuff, but we don't support it. Essentially, I don't think Frontier will ever support modding, not with a Jurassic game anyway. Franchises don't like, or copyright holders don't like their IPs possibly being used by modders officially. They can't do anything about the unofficial modders, but why does the water one not go smaller than that? Bugs me. I know they won't use it, which is a shame. But I'm thinking, will our... needs like... should fit on there. Perfect little place for a climbing frame. Can you put the ground underneath the rock and deactivate their collision? Well, that doesn't... Yeah, but that isn't what I would like them to do. Like, if this was Planet Zoo, they would naturally walk over this stuff and use stuff like the climbing frame. Unfortunately, they, you know, don't do that in Evolution 3. Just another one of those pointless limitations that we have. Okay, I want to make sure that they have something to rest under. Doesn't seem to be very much a... Considering how big that is, like literally only the very front is usable, technically, by an animal. That's pretty rubbish. Oh, it's a bit low to the ground. But I think that makes more sense as a little raptor hide, as it were. Have to manually put some trees in to add some decoration. Okay, Kairu, thank you for staying here for a bit. I don't dislike how that looks. I just realized I don't think I gave the Lokiceratops any nesting habitat.
Immediately proceed to your assigned assembly.
I made the little deserty area there. Nesting zone. Ah. Right. So where I've lost myself again. Velociraptor habitat needs a few extra stuff in. We want our little filter. Keep the water clean. And we want a few things for our little carnivores to keep them happy. I'm going to put in salt lick down here. And I'm going to give them another one. Here. It is a salt rock, yes. And we'll give them swinging meat feeder. Gonna give them a nice mud bath.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be advised that our weather forecasts predict an incoming sandstorm.
Naturally, there's another incoming sandstorm.
Ladies and gentlemen, our weather forecast has been updated. The sandstorm threat level has been raised.
The sandstorm threat level has been raised. We'll, yeah, don't ask what has happened to this blueprint. It's a problem with the modules. Don't worry about that. we'll give them a sand bath as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, please shield your eyes and proceed to take cover until the sandstorm has passed.
Oh, what's happened now? Agitated by storm? What? Oh. Oh dear. Maintenance vehicle. You are needed over.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome Nodosaurus to the park.
Wires power. Wires power. What's happened? Where is the cut? Really? It's knocked out both? Look, I've got storm defense on. I love how storm defense doesn't stop them from shutting down. You're gonna have to have like a big stack of emergency batteries somewhere.
Attention personnel. We have detected power outages across the site. Available personnel, please respond.
There we go. Everything's fine. Oh, I haven't got the Loki Ceratops out, did I? Let's transport the Loki Ceratops back to his habitat. And apparently someone else is injured. Surface wounds. Surface wounds, it's fine. We don't care about surface wounds.
Ladies and gentlemen, the sandstorm has now passed. Please resume your normal activity.
They've got a little sand bath, they've got a mud bath, they've got some swinging meat feeders, they've got their little climbing frame. Maybe we could add them another climbing frame in here somewhere. Yeah. I'm reasonably happy with how this has turned out. I think that looks pretty decent. I think we will put in a good old security camera. I think the raptors should be pretty happy in here. Let's go get them. I just hope they've got enough space. I suspect they're going to complain about not having enough space. We'll see. If they do, we might have to not have the raptors over there. I want to make sure they've got some prey. I'm going to assume they use medium nests, not big nests. Yep. They want more. Oh, the fucking. Just quickly drop an emergency generator down here so stuff actually has power.
We have detected power outages across the site.
Now what you gonna do?
Attention personnel.
Go on, back you go.
Has been registered by our security system. Capture teams report in.
Dinosaur threat. Oh, that one. That one's just absolutely legged it one. Okay, 2 comfort issues. Pasture. What provides them with pasture? Brushland. See, the problem with this stuff is that it looks kind of ugly. You have a perfectly nice looking inclusion and they demand so much stuff to be happy. Missing. Oh, right. Yeah. The baby one wants meat. Missing cover. They want so much pasture. That's ridiculous. Why do they want so much empty grassland? We might have to put the raptors somewhere else. Because the juveniles want... No, it's all of them pretty much. Yeah, we might have to change the small carnivore that's in here and I guess put the velociraptors back where they were. Because apparently that is not enough for a small amount of velociraptors. Anyway, I think we did a reasonably decent job of creating a nice little habitat for our velociraptors, even if they don't like the habitat I made for them. So yeah, we might have to swap out the raptors for something else in here, but I still think this enclosure is reasonably nice. But if we swap out the raptors, I'll probably I'll get rid of the laser fencing and change it to something a little less severe. And yeah, I think we came up with a good job overall. I'm going to leave it here for today because I've got to go and get D&D going. It's quite an important session today. So I'm going to head off and do D&D. Next week, obviously, there'll be a video on Wednesday if I can get it finished. I've been really struggling with it, really. And obviously, Fallout will be doing his stream Wednesday, and I will be back on Friday and Sunday, as always. Next Friday, I might do some 2 Point Museum or the Isle. And then on Sunday, we'll be back here. So, yeah, I hope you come and join me for that. But until next time, thank you everyone for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all the usual YouTube stuff, and I will see you next time. Until then, enjoy the rest of your evenings, stay safe, and good night.